more question out for all four of you, which is, are you coming back this year to deal with casino gambling? Because there seems to be every day a news story and full-page ad by IGT and Twin River sort of fighting over whether the General Assembly should give a no-bid 20-year contract to IGT to run the state's lottery and various other things. So any insights into whether you're coming back or the substance of the debate there?
Yeah, no, so
don't jump.
The other day taking notes, John. That's why I guess I was the first hit. But IGT International Game Technology, the no bid contract negotiated with the governor's office. Obviously, there's a lot of pushback. No bid didn't go out for a request for a proposal, which is the normal process, so you get the most number of bidders out there. Now, there are, and truthfully, on a large number of companies, even worldwide, that are in this type of gaming business and technology and so forth, but there's certainly more than one. And I wouldn't include Twin River in that. They would themselves have to partner with one of these other companies were they to put in a bid, as I would suspect. I don't have any way to predict whether or not we'll come back. I do certainly think there should not be a rush to judgment right now. The current contract doesn't expire until 2023. I know there are mitigating factors as to like some 1,100 jobs, good jobs that are stationed in Rhode Island with IGT. I get that. But I think if this proposal goes forward under kind of this dark cloud of suspicion, you know, it's a $1 billion type of contract to IGT, people are going to be a little bit skeptical, and I think that's a problem. So either the legislature waits, or we do hearings around the state on the current proposal, so like say finance-based or joint committee hearings, or we put it out for bid and see what comes back. And then it may be that the governor's office actually reselects the current company. If that happens, then at least the public will have an idea what the terms were, instead of right now it's a bit of we don't know how we got there to here, and you know, take me at my word type of thing.
Yeah, I have I wouldn't bet money about coming back in the fall. I know there was some talk about it, and the legislation was put in at the end of the season. I echo your concerns that, listen, a bunch of guys somewhere in the State House, in some room, get together and say, you do this, you do this, you do this, we're gonna be all set. Is the old way of doing things. And the old way of doing things has bit us in the behind time and time again. So I understand GTEC has a long and storied history here in Rhode Island, GTEC now IGT, but there is a professional method for obtaining services for the government, and it's through the RFP and bid process, and that's what we should do.
Well, and I agree with everything that's been said on this. You know, our chambers are all under construction as well, so the likelihood of us, if we do come back, it won't be at the State House because we don't have desks currently in the chamber, in either chamber, so they're doing renovations.
Go to Newport.
Yeah, we can come back to Newport.
See the clerk.
I think that, you know, this is one of those things where, you know, millionaires and billionaires fighting one another. I appreciate all of the attention that's been given to this issue, and I think we need to continue to pay attention and continue to bring to light any of the discussions that have been had. I see no rush, absolutely no rush in needing to resolve this question because the contract doesn't lapse until 2023. And so I would, you know, am very much advocating for full vetting of this issue through whatever series of hearings we need to have to make sure that whatever deal is struck is the best one for Rhode Islanders.
As a member of the loyal opposition, I concur with my colleagues on both chambers. This deal simply stinks, and I find it interesting that we read, my information is coming primarily from the Journal on this, like all of you. So I don't know what the speaker's going to do, but reading that the speaker and the governor have crossed swords over the appointing of a consultant, an additional consultant, I think would indicate that there are red lights that are flashing at the State House, and that we will not be meeting in the fall on this. That's my sense.
So if we're taking bets, gambling. It sounds like you don't bet that
And John, if I could just
probably not going to happen until January.
Thank you. I think kind of what happened with the, analogously, with the Pawtucket Red Sox. So one of the initial offers was kind of like that backroom insider deal type of thing. It was a lousy deal on its face when it was going to come to Providence. But when they revamped it, retooled it, and changed it, and some of the players changed too, for the Pawtucket proposal, whereas I didn't personally agree with the proposal in terms of how it would benefit Rhode Island as a whole, certainly I think would have benefited Pawtucket. I do think that going around the state, airing the proposal, I think that was a much better process, more transparent, and I think I applaud them for that, and this could be, something along those lines, I handle this ultimately.